Here at the Village Trader 5000, we take every necessary precaution. There's a jump gap in the entrance of the building. Villagers are housed individually. Groups of villagers are separated by floors. And the entire build has glass floors, so there's no spawnable blocks for mobs to spawn. No! Well, hello everyone. So this is my villager trading hall, and with all of that security in place, that might make the goal of today's episode seem a bit odd, but our goal for today is actually that we want to bring zombies up and inside of here. So the reasoning is, between each floor, we actually get iron golems to spawn from trading, and then we get the iron from that. But we want even more iron, because I often AFK here, waiting for the trades to refresh. While I AFK, if we could be getting some passive iron from Villager Panic, that would be ideal. We get an okay amount from villager trading here, and I'm constantly taking from this too. But we want all the iron, so that's why we're going to bring zombies up. So step A of getting the zombies in is to establish the bait for the zombies, which will be a villager. And so to do that, we need to take a look at the villager breeder that is currently the basement of this facility. All right, close your eyes. So there currently is no basement per se to this facility. It's just buried underground, and it's really ugly. So it's all slabbed down here, not just because we don't want other mobs to spawn, but because we want golems to spawn in our system and not down in the basement. So the villagers spawn from being bred, then they fall down into this area, and then we can call them through a minecart up, and that will bring them into the zombifier, which you could see on the first floor. So the first step to this whole thing is to clean up this basement and actually make it look like a finished product. And back. So this place actually looks like a real place now, guys. So straight ahead, you can see I put a window in. So this is one of the villager breeders. There's actually two. And over here is the rail. So we actually have an option now. We can either send them up into our system per usual before, or we can switch the track and bring them out here. So where does this go? This actually goes to the Nether. So we will be needing villagers across our world for future projects. So this will just be really helpful for that. So I already have a rail system set up in the Nether that goes to basically everywhere we need to go on our world. And so this will be very helpful just to connect into that infrastructure. And of course, we're going to use a villager from here. We're going to take a villager out of here and use it for bait. Okay, and so before we do that, I actually have a bit of a secret for you guys. So don't tell anyone this. 3 of the facades of this building look awesome, but I never actually finished the back facade. So I will just take the pattern that is on the front facade, and then I will put it on the back. And that took longer than it probably should have. But the pattern from the front has now been copied to the back. And now just to quick talk about our strategy here. Basically, the bait will be back here, and then they will fall into that and then get sucked up a newly created elevator to the top floor, where they will wander around. So this is the top floor where they will wander. So this floor is dedicated to the Fletcher villager. So basically I have Fletchers because I'm interested in the different arrow types. So this guy will trade me the poisoned arrow, and that's great. My frustration with these guys is like 80% of the time they don't give you an arrow trade at the end. So you zombify them, you bring them up here, you trade with them, and you get to the end and then they just offer you some like garbage trade. So that's why the zombies are coming up to this layer, is I'm enacting my revenge on these villagers for their dumb trades. So the plan is simple. Zombies will just come up, they'll wander around a bit, and then eventually despawn. Iron golems will spawn because the villagers will be freaking out over nothing, just like my wife. And yeah, it'll work great. Pause everything. We weren't going to do any mob collecting today, but I see one that we will need. It is the spider jockey with the skeleton. So we're just going to have to pause quick and bring him in. I actually had one of these so close before, but he went into water and then separated. Obviously, that's a no good to us. Okay, so we'll just bring him in here over to the Nether portal. Nope, you gotta go through the nether portal there, buddy. He just went through the portal. Wait, no, I mean he went through the portal without going through the portal. Is this a glitch? So I can't bring him through the nether? Okay, well this might complicate plans later. Yeah, alright. Okay, alright, back to the regularly scheduled crafting. Did you guys know that the zombie is actually the smartest mob in the game? They can sense you from way further, they can open up doors, albeit it is a little bit primitive, and now they can even appreciate art. So they can't see us because I drank an invisibility potion. Or maybe they can because I got too close. Okay, I'm also naked, so this is a bit rough. So we'll open the trapdoors and remove the painting. And you can see the villager there behind them, so that's what they're really after. And so they fell down through there, and so then now any second now you're going to see them shoot up in all the way to the top floor. So this is the elevator, and then any second now we should see a zombie go up it. Come on. Oh, there he is. There he is. And so we'll go to the top now and wait for a golem to spawn. Alright, hopefully you caught that. I started recording a little bit too late, but we just saw an iron golem fall down. So we will now go in and check things out. Oh, did you hear that? You can hear him dying from lava. Alright, so there he is. I'm not invisible anymore, so we'll see how close I can get to him. And not close at all is the answer. Alright, just a sec. Huh. Well, that's not good. Well, in the end, I guess the villager freakout was justified. Also just like my wife. Alright, so we'll cure him, of course. Okay, so I tested it on a creative world, and basically the solution here is we're just going to put up these walls in between, and that will protect them. So maybe this place isn't quite as secure as I once thought it was, but this place will be safe then and good to go for the zombies. So what I like about this situation is normally iron farms, you have to be able to turn them on and off to get them to reset, to get the to keep the fear up, I guess. But basically, this will turn off by the zombies despawning and then turn on again by new zombies coming in. So all of that should work pretty well. Sometimes I'll probably have to clear out the occasional zombie that picked up an item somehow. I don't know how. Alright, so the next thing we'll want to do is actually a little bit of an excavation project. So if you're a boy, and I suspect that you are, you know that there comes a time in your life when you must dig a massive hole. And so that is what we will be doing. For most boys, this ends right around age 7. But for us crafters, this extends long, long after. So basically, we'll have a future project coming up that involves an arena. So we're going to lay the groundwork, so to speak. Maybe not so to speak, actually, for that project. And so we're going to be excavating this massive hole. Alright, so we made some good progress here. So you can see the floor. This actually won't be the floor of the arena, but it will be sort of the basement to the arena. You can see about the depth that we're looking to get here. And obviously a lot of cleanup left to go. But we're making great progress, and so... Alright, so I had to pause here quick because I wanted to show you guys kind of a weird phenomenon that you probably didn't know was in the game unless you had a home in a desert. So right now we can see mobs, hostile mobs just walking around, even though it's so light out. So what's going on with that? What's actually happening is there's a thunderstorm, and you can't see it because we're in the desert. it is now technically dark enough for mobs to spawn. So even though we're kind of in this like twilight where it seems light and there's no rain or anything like that, or sounds or anything, we're actually experiencing a thunderstorm, because when it rains somewhere in your world, it rains everywhere in your world. So we'll just sleep here through the thunderstorm before anything bad happens and go back to work. So this open space is huge and it's all dug out now. You can even hear an echo. Echo! We'll see how that turns out in the post-production. So you can see the ring of sticky pistons all around. So actually what's going to happen is we're going to be able to, if we want to light up this thing at night, we're going to be able to flip a switch and all of the pistons will retract, and then that will pull down, and there'll be lights behind there, and then that will light the stadium at night if we want it to be lit. So I think I'm going to connect this all with redstone today, and then we'll get to the comment of the episode. All right, so we're up here on the platform. This is where I plan on viewing the mayhem that goes on within this arena. But for now, this was great progress. And so I'll show you how the redstone works. So basically, I push the button here on the dispenser. That will drop a block all the way into the basement. And then that will go to a T flip-flop. And so that T flip-flop will then control the state of the pistons. And so if the pistons are extended, then they'll be hiding the light. And so then the lights will be off. So that's how this whole thing will work. And as I look side to side, I can't help but think that this is a bit too wide. So we'll actually bring this in a little bit whenever we do the next episode about this. But for now, this was great progress. So I grabbed 2 of them today. The first one, did you make your logo or banner? And yes, I did make both of them. Graphic design has been a little bit of a hobby for me for some time. I'm not a professional, but I do the occasional graphic design for myself and some high school friends as well. So the next question, your world seems really, really interesting. Are you ever going to make a tour for it? And yes, absolutely I am. So when you do a Let's Play, I feel like it is incumbent upon you to at some point offer world tours, and we will do them at Milestones. That is a great suggestion, great question. But we're actually not going to do subscriber numbers. So we're going to do something a little bit different. Basically, we're going to go by total likes on all of my videos. I've put this now up on the banner of my channel, and basically I'm going to update that manually every night for the time being, and then that will show how many total likes there are. And then at 10,000, that's when we'll do our first world tour. So I might be crazy on this, but frankly, I think that likes might help our community grow quicker than subscribers do. I don't know. We'll see. I also like that it's interactive, so you can be involved more than just one time clicking subscribe. And then the burden is also on me to keep producing content so that you have those opportunities. So then we can sort of work together towards that. And this might be a horrible idea. So if it is, I'll just Homer Simpson's this one back into the bushes, and we'll go back to the drawing boards. I don't know. It could be fun though. So that's what our plan is for the time being. 10,000 likes across all videos. We'll see when we get there. Otherwise,